Kia ora everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Amy. I am very unwell and I am here with you today to do a heck of a Happy Mail haul. So this is a combination of a bunch of Happy Mail that I have received in, a couple of things that I have purchased, a couple of things that have been gifted. It's just a bit of a mix. I did start filming individual videos, but these packages all arrived at different times. Sometimes they arrived when my nibblings were here, which is my nieces and nephews, and they wanted to help me open packages. And yeah, it's just been all over the place for the last month or so. So I was like, you know what, we'll just do one big haul video and film it all. And I want to give a big thank you to all the people who have gifted me things for this video. I've been going for a bit of a time lately, so it's just made my day to wake up and, oh look, the mailman's here. And there's been a lot of Happy Mail. This is going to be one heck of a video. Now, because of the extent of all the stuff we have to cover in this video, I'm not going to have time to individually flick through all the books. So if there's any book in particular you want to see a specific flip through on, please let me know and I will film it. Because yeah, there's just too much to sit here and individually flick through every single book, because there's a lot. There's also some supplies and stuff, but we'll do that at the end. So for now, we'll start with the books. And we will start with these two, because they're on top. So these are Mythogoria. These are my first two Mythogoria books. I have had my eye on Undead Academy for a while. Candace at Happy Catastrophe really made me want this one. But I also really love the character work in it. So now I'm not really a big spooky colorist, but there's a couple of them where I'm like, I could get behind that. And I really like Undead Academy. You can see I've already got a couple of them marked in there. So that one's by Alexander Fusi. And then I was also sent Nightmare Cabaret as a gift. Now, fortunately, you can see that this one arrived in a plastic bag. And it arrived in really massively damaged. Like, the outside's all been chewed up. It's really badly damaged. So this one, luckily, even though the person is anonymous, I knew who this was, so I contacted them with some photos. They contacted Amazon, and a replacement is coming. So that was really unfortunate, but yeah, it arrived in this bag like this, absolutely damaged. So yeah, but those were my first two ever Mythogorias. I didn't even say this one is Nightmare Cabaret by Fustio Bianchi. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that damaged copy yet, but I'll find something for it. It is still technically colorable, it's just very damaged. Alright, so those were the two Mythogorias, and now we're up to Mythographics, and yeah, let's start. So the first one we have is Rainbow Realms by Weronka Kalinska. I really love her work, so I'm super duper excited to have this one, because it's all about rainbows, which, you know me, I love rainbows. And then we have Cosmic Spirit, which I know is a lot of people's favourite. This is by Fabiana Atanasio. I can see why this is a favourite for a lot of people. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one. And then we have Mythographic Illusions. So this is by Diego Weisberg. This is the only one that he ever did. But this one's actually really quite cool. It's like fantasy hero inspired, I believe. Yeah, mesmerizing marvels. I really like this art with the way that the water comes up in her face. Yeah, it's a really interesting one. So, illusion. Oh, apologies for sniffling. I'm trying not to sniffle too much. Then we've got Magic Apothecary by Shelley Carroll. I believe this illustrator has done a few of the Mythagorias as well. But yeah, it sounds quite neat. It's definitely not my favourite of them, but I do really like the vibes of it. I think it's going to be fun to colour. And then we have, oh, going back in time, Mythographic Animals, the original by Joseph Canterbury. So excited to have this one. This one is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I like these edible, like, I'm not a big fan of colouring florals, but I like the way it's done in here. I can see with like lots of background space that it could be quite fun to colour in some of these. You can feel the size difference too between the old ones and the new ones. And then we have Shangri-La by Alexander Fusi. This one I also really like. I really have a new appreciation for Alexander Fusi's work. Like, very detailed, but the way that they illustrate portraiture is just stunning. The portraiture work is what gets me. They're so good. Labyrinth. This is by Joseph Canterbury. I wasn't too sure if I'd want this one, but I saw a couple of people colouring in Labyrinth, and I was like, actually, that's kind of cool. The mazes, it's kind of trippy. So I do like Labyrinth, so I did have that one on my wish list. And then the final one is one I brought myself, which was a pre-order that finally came in, which is Mythographic Dragon Spell, the newest one by Joseph Canterbury, which I think might be my new favourite of his. You can tell the difference between his original animals to Dragon Spell, like how much his style has changed and how much better he's gotten. But yeah, I love Dragon Spell. So those are all the mythographics that I was gifted and brought. Yeah, as you can see by that pile, why I am like, we've got a lot to go through here. Got the next pile. I'm also doing all this after throwing my back out, so it's very hard to bend down on the ground, so apologies. Now, this next lot is an order from Pompador, who is on Etsy, but also has their own website. I believe you can also order most of these on Amazon Japan, but I don't feel confident ordering off Amazon Japan, so I order off Pompador 24. Excellent quality, arrives in every time. Never had an issue with it. And so this is, again, technically Happy Mail. I have a Ko-fi. I had a bunch of people who donated money into the Ko-fi colouring fund so that I could place the order for these books. So thank you very, very much to everyone who contributed to that. This is the Pompador order. So this is what that Ko-fi fund built up to. So I got 2 of the Tokimeku, I think that's how it's pronounced, books. This means I have almost a complete collection. I believe the only one I am missing now is this one here, the Reef one, which I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get because I'm not a big fan of colouring florals. I might, just to complete the collection. It is the only one missing. Plus, oh no, plus there's the new Mona one. So maybe. But yeah, I got the Polar Bear Adventure, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've actually already coloured in this one. Did a little sneak peek for you. Little page in there. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this series so much. And then we got the bears one. Townscape Animals, Variety Goods, Cake, Flowers, Cooking, and 5 Bears. Yeah. It's incredible title, but I love this series, which is why I'm like, do I get that one just to complete it, just to say I've got all of them. But as I said, I've still got to get the Mona one too, because I forgot there's the new Mona one as well. But I've got those 2. And then I got my first apple Apple book. I honestly just love flicking through this and just looking at the illustrations. It is just stunning, absolutely stunning, just so stunning. I'm blown away by how beautiful it is. I don't even know if I'll get to colour it. I can't imagine colouring it. I just look at it and look at the prettiness. So I got the Ken Matsuda colouring book. This is entirely because of Spare Room Studio, which is Jackie. I love what she does with Ken Matsuda's work. I know that for this entire book, I want to gesso every page and then play around with watercolors and gouache and inks and just work on bringing all these beautiful colors in like Ken does and like Jackie does. Like, I really want to play around with that in here. The paper feels like it would take a lot of water, but I am very heavy-handed with my water and my inks, and I tend to bleed things through, so I think I'll probably gesso it just to be extra safe. But yeah, I really love this one. I got the Airy. Now, I believe this one is the literature, duty-free literature, or story time, or it's based on like classic story tales, which I love how this is done. So, yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I really have been enjoying Airy's work lately. I believe there's only one or two more colouring books that I need to get from Airy's collection, and then I have all her books. I've been slowly building up. So yeah, I think I'm just one or two more away, and then I have the entire Airy collection. But I've basically been working from oldest to newest, with the exception of the latest one, which I did pick up as well. Yeah, so if I look at this, I believe I'm missing Fairy in that one. I don't have any postcards. I think it's those two that I'm missing now. I know I've got World Traveller. I don't think I have Fairy Tales. I think it's those two I'm missing. I'll have to go and double check. But yeah, we've got the newest Airy. I love how much more detail is in the newest Airy books. Don't ask me what this translates to. I cannot remember at this stage, and my brain is not cooperating to even try and remember. But I feel like her newest books just have so much more detail in them. So, yeah. Really love this new size as well. I think that's a little bit more approachable than these big sizes. Haven't tried the new paper though. And then, of course, the main reason for this order was that I had to get Leon's Journey. Sorry, these been some nibblings looking for all my new books, which means these little marks on the front. Doesn't matter, I mark the fronts up. But yes, this is Leon's Duty, which is all about a cat called Leon, Kanuko Agusa. I love her style, so I knew I needed this book in my collection. So that was the main reason I really wanted to place a order, chose to get Leon's Duty. And then because so many people were kind and generous and said, here, place a big order, we got a few more books. And then the final one that I got from Pompador is Kuba's Country Colouring Book by Chip. And this one, I hadn't heard of it, but then I started seeing it pop up in my feed through a lot of people who've been buying it recently. It is absolutely gorgeous. Again, if you like colouring cute animals doing people things, which is one of my favourite things to colour, absolutely fabulous. It comes with all these gorgeous coloured examples. It's meant to be done with watercolour, or the originals are done with watercolour, but I will be pencil colouring all of this. And yeah, it's just absolutely stunning work and just really adorable. So yeah, that was everything that was brought through the Kofi Colouring Fund from Japan. Okay, so back to the next pile. These ones were Happy Mail gifts. So the first thing I have is two books by Isuku. I think that's how it's pronounced. Which is, of course, the Witches series. So we got Witches and the Year of Witches. Oh my gosh, is this so adorable or what? I've been seeing so much beautiful colouring from this book, but then, oh my gosh, just I love it. Love, love, love. So cute. I'm super, super excited to get into these. Definitely, like, I'll probably get into it before Halloween, but if not, definitely perfect October colouring. And then this one I had entirely forgotten was on my wish list, but I think it was on my wish list unless someone picked it up for me knowing me. I can't remember, but this is so adorable. You can see how many of them I have marked. If you're needing a cozy, cute alternative, this gives very much cozy, cute vibes. A little bit more detailed because they are designed to look like crochet toys. But yeah, just really cute, simple little ones. You can see I've got a bunch of them marked already. I can see coming in here with alcohol markers and just colouring it in because they're meant to be soft toys, you know, or crochet toys. They can be any colours because amigurumi is a means like small toy, small knitted toy. I think I can't 100% remember, but I do make amigurumi. It's what I used to crochet a lot, and this book also comes with crochet patterns, which is really cool. So these little crochet patterns in the back as well. But yeah, super super cute book. And then the next one I have is by Generous Seed Astrology Cat. So if you follow my fabulous freebies, this was actually the illustrator that I did during the month of April. And we did this page as our fabulous freebies, and I had a really great time with it. And I had a quick conversation with Jen Rashid, who was really loved the concept and actually coloured and participated in the fabulous freebies colouring as well. But yeah, I really liked this book, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put that on my wish list, and then one day when I have some funds I'll grab it. And somebody grabbed it for me, so I want to go in here and try and color each like month. So like obviously when it's time for Leo, color in Leo. I think we're in Taurus now. I can't remember. Yeah, well, no, it's actually just past that. So we've just moved into Gemini. So I could do Gemini. Anyway, yeah, so I do want to try and keep up with that. It has two sets, and I just thought it was really neat. So really like the big cat pages. Alright. This one I have never ever heard of, and I don't know if this is one that I put on my wish list years ago and completely forgot about, or if it was just picked out for me. But I freaking love this. This is Cats Around the World by Eva Carrier. Um, really like interesting style. Really like loose, inky style, but also if you like coloring cats. Also completely single-sided, even the double-sided pages. They leave a space, so they know. But yeah, it's Cats Around the World. So there's a New Zealand page of Kiwi birds have whiskers too. It's cats with kiwi birds, which would never happen, by the way, in real life. But yeah, it's really like interesting inky styles. I don't know how to explain this illustration style, but I really like it. And it does go all around the world with different cats. So if you want a proper flip through this one, because it's not one that I've seen a lot of, let me know. Because I think, yeah, I think it's real interesting as it explores all these different areas of the world. Of course, the fact that it has like a New Zealand section makes me very, very happy. Because New Zealand section, I think that's actually also meant to be the glowworm caves. Anyway. And then I have 3 books by Camellia Adjakova. These are my first ever Camellia Adjakova books, so I'm super duper excited. Of course, Mythical Miniatures is awesome. This is a one that Winter89 Melissa has been running the hashtag for, so I believe that they're halfway through the book, so I could jump in and try and just play catch up. And then we got this cute monster themed one. Like, oh my god, look how cute that is. It's just adorable. And then these Woodland Miniatures ones, which are just, again, really super cute. So yeah, again, this is going to be perfect for just sitting here with some alcohol markers or something else, colouring, trying out different things. Kind of makes me want to get the whole lot because again, they are really, really gorgeous. I understand, having flicked through these, the absolute hype around them and why people love them so much. Alright, and then the last two that are in this pile of gifts is some more RJ Hampson. So we got Around the World, which is another Mr. Froggity. We do love Mr. Froggity. These are the good old duplicates with a difference. I believe this is a duplicates with a difference, or is this entirely? I actually haven't had a chance to look through this one properly yet. Can't tell. 25 original, second box, okay, duplicates with subtle changes. There we go. Yep. And then Forest Song. So I don't think this one is duplicates with a difference. I think this one is the same. Again, I haven't had a chance to look through these ones yet. I've looked through some, but there's just been so much that comes in. Oh no, I can see we haven't got the black background here. Okay, cool. But this one looks really, really pretty. Really pretty. So I'm excited to get into those. Hello, Shadow. Alright, come on, kitty. Entertain them while I get the next pile. Enjoy some cat. Okay, we're back. You may occasionally see a tail flicking on the side here because Shadow's decided that he needs cuddles. So he's up on my shoulder right now. So carry on with the next order, the next Paragus. The first one I have here is Fantastic Worlds by Alexander Fusi, and oh my gosh, the portraiture work in this book. Like, Alexander Fusi's portraiture is just absolutely amazing. The way that they draw characters and people's faces is just stunning. I have one marked in here already. I think it's for Mermaid, but I don't know if I'm going to get there. There's a lot on this month. But I just, the way that that's illustrated is absolutely incredible. Yeah, very excited to have that gift. Right. This is a book that I brought myself. I finally found a copy that I was willing to grab. I had to get it in from England, but finally found a copy of The Magical Journey by Lizzie Mary Cullen. I've wanted this one because there is, again, a New Zealand section. There's quite a few pages covering going to New Zealand. Unfortunately, none in my region of Taranaki. A lot of it focuses on the South Island. So, New Zealand bound. We have the map. We have a kiwi. We have the tree, the kauri tree, and then we have a bunch of different flowers. And then we have this scene here, which is, I believe, a biking trail. Queenston depicted the Haast Pass. Yeah. So that's all South Island. We have the Hastings tea rooms, I think it is. No, Reefton tea rooms. Quilt shop. So I am completely off screen. Sorry, Shadow is throwing me right off. So this is Picton into Wellington to Picton Ferry, and then Napier, which is the other side of the island I'm on, because of course New Zealand is made up of 3 islands. So I'm in the North Island, and then that's on the boat to Australia. So yeah, fortunately not around my region, but it's still cool to have a book with New Zealand sections, and I really like Lizzie's style. It's really fun for just ink tensing in. Right, we have Underwater Worlds. This is by Renata Kroska. I don't know how to pronounce it. This one came in one of the packages that came while I was streaming, so we opened it up on stream. And this one is really neat. Absolutely gorgeous if you love sea life and water and just a fun illustration style. We ended up colouring one on stream, so sneak peek. Oh, shadow. Oh, it's fun filming with a cat. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really, really pleased with that one. Already done a page in it. So thank you so much. Alright, you're going to be a pain now, aren't you? So this one came in. Oh, it's great. I love this one. So if you haven't seen this book, which, Shadow, this is not an invitation for you to sit right there. Come on. Let's get you on the shoulder. Baby, you up. Nope. Okay. Cooperate or you're going on the floor. So this is The Knights of Tehran by Aleph Verdon. So what this is a colouring book based on Taylor Swift and her eras, and each era has been imagined as a heroine. And it's very sort of fae fantasy inspired, while also being Taylor Swift inspired. The portraiture work in here is gorgeous, and I love portraiture. I love the illustration style. I'm not like Taylor Swift is. I enjoy some of her music. I'm not the biggest fan of her, but I can see wanting to color this book just for the illustrations because it is gorgeous illustrations, and you don't have to color them as Taylor Swift. But yeah, this one arrived in, and I had a family member in town who is a massive Taylor Swift fan, so absolutely devoured looking into this book as well. Right, Shadow, you need to come off the desk. Either settle there or off the desk. We have, I was about to say Taylor Swift, Teresa Goodridge, Christmas Gnomes. So cute. I really like colouring her gnomes. They're really fun, simple, cute little illustrations. Perfect little Christmas book. So that one I'll probably wait until December before I colour, because I've got so many new books to colour in. Alright, this one. I cannot believe that this one was found. I love this book. So this is To the Ocean Deep by Sarah Oon. It is a 15-foot colouring book. So this is all one page that just continues on and on and on. And they do colour in the water for you, so you don't have to do the water. The water is all coloured. So you're just colouring all the elements on there. But when this one came in, this one was opened with one of my nibblings who was around at the time, and they wanted to help me open the presents, so of course I let them open the boxes with me, and they pulled this one out. We were measuring them against it, and they were like, "This is bigger than me." It's like, yes, it is. It was several times bigger than nibbling. So they had a lot of fun with this one too, and looking at all the different illustrations and finding all the things. So yeah, that one went down really well. And then we have Grades of Gold. So this, I believe, is a compilation of Hedda Carlson's 11 new drawings and 83 favourites. So yeah, this is, gosh, I have a couple more Hedda Carlson's because I was gifted them. I'm off screen again, sorry. I think Shadow might have bumped my camera. I feel like my camera is out of place. But yeah, this is absolutely stunning. I'm really starting to appreciate Hedda Carlson's work. Just so much prettiness, so much gloriousness in them. And I love these hardcover books. So yeah, I have Daydreams and Summer Nights. And then I have Tales for the Forest Kingdom and Tales for the Witch's Cottage. I think the other two that I have now. But yeah, this is absolutely stunning. I love a good hardcover book. So thank you so much. And then this is last of the books. Yep, the last 3 of the gifted books. Again, most of these have been gifted in, so I want to thank you all so much. But the last 3 are all Thomas Kincaid. I squealed when I saw these. So I did one. I have the Disney Dreams Thomas Kincaid book, which is very similar to this one, but there are some different ones in the Disney Dreams versus Disney Princess coloring book. But I did one of there and I really, really liked it. And I was like, I mean, I know I've still got an entire rest of the book to go, but I think I do want to get the other one. So I put all this on the wish list to give a look at the prices of that. And yeah, now I have been sent all of them. So I'm super excited. I'm really excited to have this poster one too, because these books are gorgeous and so fun to color. But these ones are twice the size, and that's because a lot of the times when we have the images in the books, there'll be a section of the image. They won't be like, for example, Beauty and the Beast dancing in the moonlight. You can often find like a zoom in on just this section here, and instead this is the full image. So I'm really excited to color in some of the full images and look at reproducing them. So I have done this tangled one here before, but it just involved them on the boat in a section of the castle. It didn't involve that section to the side. So yeah, if I have time during Mermaid, I'll try and do the Little Mermaid one, but I don't know if we'll get there this Mermaid. I'd just be happy to do any of them because they're absolutely gorgeous. So that's all the books. So let me put these into a pile and then I'll start grabbing the supplies. Okay. So the first one is a big lot that I ordered for myself. Did an order on AliExpress because I realized a lot of my washi tapes were running low and I was running out of washi tape that I use for clothing. So I decided to just do a washi tape order and order a bunch of different sets in, because I love using washi tape for clothing. So I ordered in a bunch of different sets that came in like different patterns, so that I could have lots more options for doing clothing. So this is like a pink set. A lot of these stack or could be cut in ways where it will repeat, so it will make good clothing. Some of them won't, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, it's a very cute set. It's going to take forever to package properly if one twists like it did there. So we've got this pink set. I may not actually open up each set. We have this set here with all the florals with the gold outline. I think that's going to make some gorgeous clothing. I've got a page in mind for that set. I won't keep them in these sets, so we'll put them into my washi tape box, but just keeping them in here for now. So again, more florals. I use a lot of florals for clothing, so it's one of my favourite techniques for doing clothing is to lay down washi tape and cut around it. I did realise though I probably need to order some more knives. I didn't do that. So we got these 2 sets here with the different blacks. Because I also don't have a lot of black, I realised. Although it is quite hard to see to cut through that, so I'm not sure about that one so much. Here we've got this purple set, this teal set. There's a couple that look like mermaid scales that are actually quite pretty. And then I got this set here, which is just like marbled paper tones. That one's going to be a bit interesting to try and stack for clothes. It would have to be single wide basically to work, but I don't know, it was a cheap set, it looked pretty, and I was like, alright, I'll grab that. So yeah, you can see I got quite a bit of a washi tape stock up there. So that one I did purchase. And then I did also purchase some stickers. So that one. So I've just got all the stickers piled up, but not all the stickers are for artwork. Like I grabbed some little mermaid type ones that are for nibblings because they love stickers. So they often will come and see me, and then I'll give them some stickers. I mean, I got a set that has like a whole bunch of jewels. I've already actually used a few of these, different gems and stuff like that. That set was quite cool. So yeah, that I've already used quite a few of the gem ones. So I might need to look at getting some more of these type of stickers because they're quite good for layering or colouring. And then this set I haven't used, but I did grab to use, but then of course I got sick, so I haven't been doing as much colouring. But I grabbed a set of jellyfish because I thought these would be really cool to put onto some pages. So yeah, they're just iridescent jellyfish in a bunch of different colours. Even if I don't use them for this mermaid, I'll use them because they're jellyfish and I love water creatures. So yeah, I got a couple of stickers. The rest of those stickers, as I said, are for nibblings. I purchased these. I've got some others of these that are like iridescent and, you know, they're just fun, mashy background sticks. Kind of like an oil pastel. These ones are very, very cheap though because they're designed for kids, and so I grabbed them because A, they're pastel colours and they looked really cute. Oh my god, we're just going to rip this box. I can't. Yeah, so they're just like gesso sticks essentially. But they're just cute pastel colours, cute little set, and they're fun for doing smushy type of backgrounds, but then also nibblies can colour with them need be, and I think this is like $4 locally, so it wasn't a bad thing to pick up. I was sent a couple of things off my wish list, so I believe on my, at least on my American wish list, because I have Amazon US and Amazon Australia, and they have slightly different items on them, but on the Amazon US one, this one is one of the things that reappears a lot because these are compression gloves that I use all the time. You don't often see me stream with them because they throw out my camera balance, but if I'm colouring off camera, I'm wearing these gloves. And I really like how they work on my hands. So yeah, I'm really, really grateful because most of my sets are starting to fall apart. So very grateful to have some replacement gloves. So yeah, these ones live on there all the time because I go through them a lot, but I really like them. And then we got a set of pencil extenders, and I'm really, really excited because I do have like 10 or 12 pencil extenders, right? But I have a lot of nub pencils. But these are the majority of my pencil extenders, except these are too big for Prisma Colors. And so these ones here, these Art and Fly ones, are the perfect size to hold Prismacolor pencils, which is exactly what I needed because my Prismacolors are also quite nubbish. And so, yeah, that was quite perfect. So thank you again. And then the last thing that I brought for myself was a new pencil holder. And I did this before I knew what was coming up because I want to merge my polychromos, my Prismacolors, my Pablos into one set. Because I get really annoyed having multiple bags open at once. I have multiple pencils out at once from each brand. So I would like to just have one case that I pull out just to grab all the pencils. Now I'm still deciding if I want to merge colours or not, because part of me is tempted to do like a yellows page, an orange page, a reds page, and split and merge the sets like that, because that is how I tend to colour. I go to a page, I look for a green in a certain tone with a certain type of application for certain areas, because Prismacolors, Pablos, and Polys all lay differently, and so I use them for different effects. So I am tempted to also sort out my pencils and adjust it color wise like that, and stack them out like that. I have not decided 100% yet what I'm going to do, and you'll see why I have to rethink my plan coming up. But yeah, I brought that one. And then I am so excited. I was sent the Gansai Tumbi granulating colors, and I'm so excited to play with these. I've always wanted to play with these. This was one that also came in when my nibblings were helping me open the Happy Bow, and I had to explain that this was not chocolate because they thought it was chocolates. It's like, no, 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 this is not chocolates. This is not chocolates. This is special watercolor. And then we were talking about how it makes all these pretty colors, so they called them magic paints, and they want to come and play with the magic paints. I was like, maybe one day. But yeah, I'm very excited to play with the magic paints. Yeah, this looks super, super cool, and I'm so excited to try these out. And then we get into pencils. So, the first set of pencils I had was a gift from a family member. I'm just going to take the cover off because there's names written on here. But basically, these are Prisma Colors. It's about 48 of them. It might be 50 of them. There's a couple of replacement colors and odd colors in here, but basically they cleared out their Prisma Colors. You can see they're used. I have no qualms about them being used. It was just basically a here you go. So yeah, that's a few colors, because a lot of my Prisma Colors are running low, and the ones that aren't low that I've got here I can keep as spares. So yeah, very, very grateful for that. Very happy to have, even though they're used, I don't care. I'm very grateful for that gift. That's about 48 Prisma Colors. And then the Castle Arts Harmonia set. I did not realise these were even sending to New Zealand, because every time I looked at them they wouldn't send to New Zealand, but I put them on my list because I just kept watching, and I guess they decided they would ship to New Zealand now. So excited to see this, because this is a set that I have wanted for a while. Now, I'm not someone who usually buys a set of pencils where you can't buy individual replacements, and of course the Harmonious, you can't buy individual refills. However, I made an exception for the Harmonious set because I love the shades of purples. There are so many colours in here that are not available in other sets that are unique to this set. So I was like, I really want to grab the Harmonious set to use it as an extension of existing sets. And I've already used this for a couple of pages because I just love the colour set as is. So yeah, super, super grateful about that. Throws the spatter into the works about sorting out my pencils, because it's like, do I keep the Harmonious set as one set? Do I put them in? Do I merge them all? Yeah. So this is another spatter in the works. But then we have the spatter in the works. Yeah, you saw that number right. The galore 520 set of pencils. So this box came in when the nibblings were here, and my gosh, my nibbling has not stopped talking about 520 pencils. We ended up having to, because it was in a box, that was in a box, that was in a box, and then it comes in this tin. So it was like so many boxes that they had to open it up. And then when we got the box, when we got the tin, the massive, massive tin, and then we went to the dining table and we took them all out because, you know, they wanted to look at colours. I wanted to look at colours. Which, by the way, I don't even know how I'm going to swatch all these. I don't know how to store these. But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. And then my nibbling had to go across and do this to all of them and just, you know, quality control them, as they were saying, and be like, they're perfect. But yeah, I'm not going to pull them all out because there's so many trays in here. It is absolutely incredible. I was just like, holy moly. So if you have these pencils, you can give me some suggestions about what to do, because obviously I have a 500 case, so I could merge all these into a 500 case and grab another 500 case. Of course there's 520 here, but I noticed there is like metallic and fluoros, so I could pull metallics and fluoros out. The metallics on their own take up, I think, about 20, so if I took out all the metallics, I think would be alright for merging all these. But yeah, I have no idea how to store these. I have no idea how to arrange these. These are all over the place, but I am so excited to have so many colors, like just such a big range of colors, and need to go through and swatch these to figure it out. But I haven't quite got it there yet because it's a lot. But again, I normally don't grab individual sets. I prefer pencils that I can buy open stock, but I mean, I'm pretty excited for 520 pencils. And then the last box that just arrived in, that when I saw, I was like, holy hell, you can see it's still in here, is a full box of polychromos. Now, I already have the full set of polychromos. In fact, I have the full set of polychromos plus some spares because I use so many polychromos. I had the 120 set on my list to keep an eye out for if they ever went on a really good special, to grab them, to basically have a spare set, because I am at the point with my polys where I use them so much that it would be worthwhile for me to have an entire spare set just so that I always have a spare colour on hand. So I am intensely grateful for this beautiful gift. Now, unfortunately, these were sent. They were sent in this type box, but there was no bubble wrap or anything around it, so I think they have been through the works a little bit. You can see a lot of the pencil dust up on here, and a lot of these colours that are on the top layer have had their ends sort of a bit chipped, so I think these have been through a bit of a journey, and I'm a little worried for their cause, but polychromos are also pretty tough, so I think it should be alright. I'll just have to keep in mind with these that, you know, be careful with their cores. The underlayers aren't as bad as these top layer. I just think it was missing a little something. But I'm still incredibly grateful. And now I don't have to worry about any of my pencils running out. So you can see the state of a lot of my polys is getting very, very small. I knew I needed to do a pencil stock up because I'm running out of a lot of spares. A lot of these are just getting very, very short. So I'll still use these because I insist on using up all my pencils, but it's just that, oh my gosh, I have so many pencils now. I can go for it and not worry about it. And this beautiful tin. But yeah, that throws another spatter into the works in terms of arranging the pencils as well. So yeah, that's why I haven't quite started rehoming all my pencil sets yet, because I'm like, what are we going to do here? How are we going to arrange this? But yeah, that is my holy heck of a Happy Mail haul, as well as a few bits that I've brought, and yeah, just all the things that have come in. I want to thank so much everybody who has sent things. You know who you are. You've all asked to remain anonymous, and I just want to say thank you again. I have been going for a bit of a time lately, and just to know that there's so many people out there that care has been incredible. I'm a little overwhelmed about all of this, but incredibly humbled and touched, and just, yeah, feeling very, very blessed and very, very loved, and that means a lot. So yeah, I'm now going to go and sort all this out and try and find another bookshelf. because I can't fit any more books on my shelf. And see if I can sit down and rearrange all my books, because, yeah, and just flick through books, because they make me very happy at the moment. So thank you so, so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I also want to make clear that in doing this, like, please don't feel like you even need to send me any happy mail. Like, you've seen what I've got enough, it's fine. But legit, I don't do this for the gifts or anything like that. I just put out content when I'm in a space to put out content, and if I'm not in a space to put out content, we don't put out content, and I encourage you to do the same. Look after yourself, look after your mental health. If you enjoy colouring, do it. If you're not in the mood to colour, don't colour. Go play video games, go cook, go do whatever makes you happy. Right now for me, it's been zoning out with a lot of videos and not doing a lot more because I've been sleeping a lot. But yeah, I'm going to go and give my throat a rest and drink a ton of tea and sort all this stuff out. And yeah, appreciate you all. Hopefully we'll be back soon, but we'll see how the body rests. In the meantime, oli aroha to you all. Take care. As I said, if any of the books you wanted a closer flip through of, let me know, and when I'm feeling a bit more up to it, I will absolutely do that for you. Yeah, I think that's everything. I know words. I'm doing good. I'm gonna go now. Take care. Bye.